Hello. How are you? I'm
Hello.
so excited to
I'm
be
good.
here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you. What's happening?
So excited
What's
to
new?
have the iconic Abel Ferrara here in Chicas
Wow.
Guapas TV.
Wow.
I have so many questions for you, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to summarize them.
Yeah. Ask what
Great.
you want. Don't hold back.
I won't hold back. That's awesome. Well, Zeros and Ones is the film that's coming up now on November 19. It's gonna be in theaters, digital on demand. How are you feeling?
Yeah, great, man. That's why you make them, to show them.
Exactly. I've always wanted to ask this, especially to a film director that's also a writer and that specializes in thrillers, is how is the creative process of coming up with this type of stories, especially thrillers in this case of when you're looking for something different, like what do you look for in a movie storyline?
Just let it happen, man. You know what I mean? I just like ideas come to me and at a certain point I something just triggers me to pursue it. I mean, it's like you just know organically it's time to make a movie.
So the idea just
Finish it.
comes to you and you know that's
Yeah,
the one.
I don't know where these ideas come from. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I'm glad they come. So, something that could be, it's not the whole story. It could be just something that, the idea of a character, the idea of a train
Exactly.
pulling in a station and a soldier comes off, the idea of, nighttime and espionage and counter-espionage in a city full of
Yeah, you can
all
get
kinds of,
inspired by anything, right?
yeah,
Anything
right.
can be a storyline.
Right. And then you pursue it, you just pursue it. You just, and start entering the world that these characters are in.
Even
And not,
stories like what goes around, like what people tells you, something you hear can be a good idea for a movie, right?
yeah, absolutely. You never know where your inspiration is. That's why you got to live with an open mind and, open ears and open eyes and try to see everything really clear and fresh and try to see the world as it is and not as you imagine it or not as you want it to be,
Exactly.
and then pursue the characters as, don't manipulate your own characters,
Exactly.
I mean, they have a life of their own. So JJ and the Zhao and, the Russian women who are, you know what I mean? You saw the movie, right?
Yes, yes. So every character has a story, but how did you find the perfect character? Like, do you visualize someone when you're writing, when you're in that creative process? Do you think about someone specifically?
Sometimes I
or
see
it comes
things
along
very
the way?
well, sometimes I see things clearly. Sometimes I see things, the actor or actress that I want to use that I know. Sometimes I imagine something that I don't want to imagine too clearly because I'm making a movie. And I
Exactly.
know that some person is going to be beyond my imagination. And I want it to happen. And I don't want to get stuck on, the
Exactly.
people, movies are made by the people. The writing is just one part of it. But, the actors and the places.
Have you been surprised by new talent that you didn't, maybe you visualized someone and then you found someone else that was perfect for that character? Like,
people always surprise me. It's better when somebody's not perfect for the character, when they're imperfect or they're totally different than the character. But you meet people and you think, okay, I got to film that person.
Yes, there's something that attracts you to them, like about them as well.
Yep.
It's like, and they can give their own characteristics and their own original thing to the film. It's like they can
They
bring their
better.
own magic.
That's what they're getting paid for.
That's what you expect to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. You know,
Did something like
that's
that
what
happen when you decided that Ethan Hawke was the main character? Did you visualize it, or you were like, okay, I think this is the right way to go? Like, did you?
Well, I wasn't envisioning Ethan. I mean, I had a feeling for the guy, you know, for a soldier, an American GI, kind of a classic film character, you know, in a uniform, you know, shooting the camera. It was his gig, he had his gun, you know, like a usual, an army movie, you know, military movie.
Exactly.
And I grew up on them, so I kind of have that. I get the vibe of it. You know?
The vibe of the whole thing, yes. And how does Rome inspire you? How did you know it was okay? Apart from the storyline that we know that Rome is an important part of it, of course.
Right.
How did you know it was like it's the perfect scenery, it's the perfect fit for the movie?
Because I lived there. You know, I've been living there for the last 7 years.
Yes.
And I live in that neighborhood, and I know the neighborhood, and the neighborhood is part of the inspiration, like the characters. You know, and I seen that neighborhood change during the pandemic, and I felt the vibe of, you know, what could have been a war, which is a war, you know, which is a very tough situation for the people there, and that was part of the, you know.
Of course, because you lived the change of what was going on, like the work completely changed in a couple of days. It was like,
right.
So was it like filming during the pandemic, filming there, like how did you keep your crew safe?
I mean,
yes.
Well, the film was set, you know, in the pandemic, so we didn't have to make believe it wasn't. So they wore masks. There wasn't a lot of people around. There wasn't many actors. The crew was very small. We shot very fast. You know, there was no vaccination. This was pre-vax. So, you know, we had to really care for each other. And it's a matter of that the people in our group care about each other's health. So they, you know, they don't do anything stupid.
Because we knew movies couldn't stop. We couldn't stop movies from being produced. So it must be challenging, but with a good team. Yeah. And for the last question, I would like for you to describe the film for the people who has not seen it yet, and they're gonna see it soon. If you could describe the film in 3 words, or how they're gonna feel after they see the movie.
Well,
what would those 3 words be?
Shock and awe. You like the movie?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
you so much. It's a really good movie. I'm really excited for everyone to see it, and also the Chicas Guapas out there to see it as well. And well, I wish you nothing but a lot of success. So honored to be here with you. And well, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Same here. Same here.